Right now, two camps are screaming about Microsoft stock. Camp 1, cheapest it's been in years. Buy it. Camp 2, if it's so cheap, why won't the price stop falling? Both sides have a point. Is this a gift, or does smart money see something we don't? Here's the thing. I run every stock through the same test. Business, management, price. After the test, I finally see exactly where Camp 1's math breaks down, and exactly what Camp 2 already knows about the price. Stick around to see what I found and what I'll do with Microsoft stock. Let's start with the easy part, because nobody, and I mean nobody, argues Microsoft has a bad business. Take Office 365. Word, Excel, Outlook, Teams. It's printing recurring subscription revenue now, not one-time software sales like the old days. Switch away from that at your own enterprise and what happens? Retraining costs, file compatibility nightmares, weeks of chaos. Nobody wants that headache. So companies just stay. That's not loyalty. That's a moat. And the growth? Still humming along at 17% a year, at nearly 60% operating margin. Name me a business that's better than that. Then there's Windows. Over 70% of every PC sold on Earth still runs Windows, and they pay Microsoft for it. No way around it. Now, the PC market itself has matured. That number isn't climbing much anymore. But here's the thing. That's not a surprise. That's not a red flag. It's just a slow, steady cash cow. And then there's cloud computing, led by Azure. The thing every company on the planet is racing to move into. Last quarter, its cloud segment's growth actually accelerated, up 30% year over year with incredible margin, nearly 40%. And building a global cloud network isn't cheap. We're talking tens of billions of dollars a year, just in infrastructure. Only 3 companies on Earth can even play this game. Microsoft is one of them. So yeah, durable moat, check. Massive runway to grow, check. This is, by almost any measure, a great business. But is the one running it reliable and capable? Meet Satya Nadella, CEO since 2014. The guy who rebuilt Microsoft from the ground up. 96% of his pay is tied to performance. Cloud revenue, cloud subscribers. Stock performance versus the entire S&P 500. Underperform the market, his pay gets cut. And it's not just talk. Back in 2019, years before ChatGPT existed, Nadella bet $1 billion on a tiny AI lab called OpenAI, then doubled down, another $10 billion. He even let Office run on iPads. On Android, cannibalizing his own turf on purpose to grow Azure instead. That's not protecting an empire. That's building a new growth driver without anyone foreseeing it. Add 20-plus years of dividend increases. A $60 billion buyback last year. This isn't just a hired CEO. This is ownership behavior. Business, excellent. Management, aligned. One question left. Is the price actually right? All right, the moment of truth. My rule is simple. Roughly 20 times over true earnings power or less. If a stock can't clear that bar, doesn't matter how good the business is, I walk away. So where does Microsoft land? At $464 a share, using its current earnings power, PE for 2026 comes out to 24 times. By 2029, it drops to just 14 times. If I'm looking at investing until the next 3 years, the numbers clear my bar. Comfortably. Let that sink in. A wide moat, owner-operated, still growing business. Trading at a price that actually pencils out. Business, excellent. Management, aligned. Price? Passes. Case closed, right? Not so fast. So, the math says buy, under what I'm calling its current earning power. But it gets more complicated when we're talking about the next 3 years. Remember Office 365? The moat. The 60% margin? The best business Microsoft has? Look at the trend. 61.8% back in September 2025. 60.4% in December. 59.9% in March. Now 57.9%, falling every single quarter. Why? Copilot, the AI feature everyone's excited about. Old Office 365 cost Microsoft almost nothing to serve you. Pure software, pure margin. Copilot doesn't work that way. Every question you ask, it burns real GPU compute. Real cost, every single query. And here's the problem. What people are paying for it isn't covering what it actually costs to run. So the most profitable part of Microsoft's empire is quietly getting less profitable. Not despite the AI features, because of them. Now here's the part that should really stop you. The growth engine, intelligent cloud, roaring up around 30% a year, margin near 40%. So far, so good, right? But look inside. It's actually two very different businesses. One is Azure, growing over 40% a year. Margin? Only around 30 to 40%. The other is legacy server software. Barely growing, everyone's moving off it into the cloud. But its margin? As high as 80, even 90%. Blend them together, you get 40%. But here's the catch. Azure is growing faster than the legacy piece, which means over time the blend leans more and more toward the lower margin side. And now stack that on top of Office 365, a moderate growth business whose margin is also sliding down toward 57%. So here's what you're really looking at. Over the next 3 years, Microsoft's overall operating margin is heading lower. Nobody knows exactly where it stops. It depends on how much people are willing to pay for AI. It depends on how fast the lower margin cloud business replaces the mature, high margin one. Nobody knows. Growth is real, revenue is real, but every dollar of new growth is diluting the very profitability that made this business special in the first place. That's the uncertainty sitting underneath the price target. Microsoft is not a bad business, not bad management. Just a great business, slowly getting less efficient, precisely because of the thing making it grow. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know my answer isn't always just buy or don't buy. Sometimes it's wait. By the numbers today, Microsoft actually clears my bar. But here's the problem. I can't tell you with confidence what this business will truly earn 3 years from now. Not because the business is bad, because the mix is shifting under our feet. More AI, more cloud, less of the ultra-high margin stuff that used to anchor the whole company. And that moves the valuation more than people realize. That's not a pricing problem. That's an earning power problem. And here's why that matters more than it sounds. Capital is limited. Mine, yours, everyone's. Every dollar you put into Microsoft is a dollar that isn't going somewhere else, somewhere with a clearer picture. So the real question isn't, does Microsoft pass the test? It's, is this the clearest opportunity I have right now? And when I can't confidently underwrite what a business earns a few years out, I'd rather wait for the picture to sharpen than bet on a moving target. Even a really, really good one. So here's where I land. Microsoft passes business, passes management, and on a 3-year view, even the price test. But I'm still not buying. Not because the story is bad, because the story is still being written. Here's what I'm watching for. I want to see Office 365's margin actually stabilize. Stop bleeding quarter after quarter. I want to see Azure's growth start pulling its margin up, not just its revenue. Once that picture gets sharper, this could very easily flip to a buy. So no, this isn't avoid Microsoft forever. This is a watch list, not a walkaway. I'd rather miss the first 10% of a move I understand than front-run a growth story I can't yet price with confidence. That's not fear, that's discipline. And discipline is the only edge any of us actually have. I'll be watching the next few quarters closely, and when the margin trend gets clear, one way or the other, you'll be the first to know.